Hello and welcome, Taurus. This is going to be your reading for probably first couple of weeks of July, okay? I know we've done some July readings. This is going to be sort of honing in on the first or the second week or both, okay, for you. Right. Yeah, that's going to be journal. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. And let's welcome in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, star beings from other collectives, as well as our higher selves and any other spirit guides or animal, ancestral or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Taurus. Yeah, always grateful for the high frequency assistance that we are receiving, that we have been receiving for many years. Page of Swords, Hanged Man, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. I think there's something that you are curious about here, Taurus, that you become interested in. And I think maybe it's sort of, in some ways, it has this effect of it's sort of maybe kind of stopping you in your tracks, or it's kind of, in a good way, it's helping you to, I guess, become aware. There's something you've become aware of as well as a result of this new interest. And it could be sort of something to do with your mind, body, spirit connection, the interconnectedness of those aspects of yourself, and certainly your soul as well. Maybe you've just become interested in, the energy body. Maybe you're doing some spiritual practices, like Tai Chi or yoga or Qigong or something like that. Or maybe you're simply, doing more walks in nature, paying attention to your breath, mindfulness, meditation, all that type of thing. Maybe you've got into this recently, Taurus. Or maybe you've been doing it in a little more depth more recently. Okay. Sun and Six of Swords, yeah. So, and this is helping you to, these practices, whatever it is you're doing, is sort of really helping you to acquire these beautiful, calm mind states of consciousness, and helping you to, I guess, make peaceful choices, moving towards things that are more harmonious for you, which is really nice. And I really like how you've got this beautiful Sun card here as well. So maybe you're feeling more confident also about moving towards things that are really in alignment for you, those things that are, more peaceful, harmonious, all that good stuff that you are moving towards and feeling good about it. And underneath here as well, you have an underlying theme of that. It's sort of similar in that you've got the Three of Wands here, or the Three of Rods, and the Lovers. And this is that, you really are, I think, stepping up your self-love, your self-care at this time, Taurus. And I think that's what this is about here. You're really sort of stepping into a higher frequency version of yourself, given that you've got the Sun here as well, which is really nice. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, general direction moving forward. Once again, this theme of being grounded with this beautiful Earth, Knight of Pentacles, slowing things down, which is kind of what you're doing with the Hangman here. You're slowing things down as well. Slowing things down, Taurus, and and also with the Queen of Swords here, really making decisions and choices that are in alignment for your highest good moving forward. Okay. I really like how this Queen of Swords is, there's a bird there, and she's sort of like, the birds represent higher consciousness, okay? And the Sword of Truth, Taurus, you're really aligning with your truth now. And you are going to be, making decisions in alignment with that, which is really nice. Let's check the Galactic Star Tarot now for some outcome energies. And something that you may not be aware of that's coming up. I'm just going to pause for one moment, excuse me. Okay, we're back. Let's check this outcome here. Some outcomes, potentially. Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. So the Pleiadians and the Lyrans could be of assistance to you, Taurus, at the moment. And, you know, you could definitely have connections, Lyran connections. Given that you have two wand cards here. And this is an outcome that you are going to be as a result of, you know, doing all this, tuning into yourself, doing the self-love, self-care, slowing things down. You know, it's really going to be fantastic. You've got this beautiful Ace of Cups moving into a high frequency, and also the Four of Wands. Very joyous, feeling spiritually connected, probably galactically connected as well. The cups are in this deck are talking about the Pleiadians. Okay, so you may have an affinity for the Pleiadian energy. And also the Wands here, which is the Lyran Cardassian group there, the feline beings. Yeah, there's some dolphins in the background, so activating high frequency, like this playful energy. You're going to probably be feeling lighter, freer, more able to kind of express yourself, but also feeling quite creative and very in tune and spiritually connected. Okay, really awesome, Taurus. That's a pretty fantastic outcome, I got to say. You could also be tuning into, there's something in this image here, tuning into some ancestral practices and, I guess, cultural practices or spiritual practices that are going to give you a lot of joy and upliftment as well. Okay. And what you may not be aware of here, this is interesting, Taurus, is that, you know, the moon can talk about things that are hidden. But it is that this is the Knight of Wands, which is this is the Lyran guide here. So you may not be aware of this, Taurus, but there is a Lyran guide who is quite possibly helping you out at this time. The courts in this deck depict guides that are from these collectives but are helping you know, people or humanity on Earth at this time. So this is a very powerful guide here, this Knight of Wands, a lot of enthusiasm. The guides are not named, okay, but it could even be an aspect of your higher self here, Taurus. Okay, so this is about action, little pictures here sort of alluding to Egypt. We have the dragon here with the feline being riding on the dragon. Yeah, so basically in the astral, perhaps you are battling in the astral, okay, Taurus. Maybe you are a very powerful being in the astral realm, or it could be that, you know, you have this guide from a Lyran guide that's, you know, could be quite strongly at times coming through, but you may not be aware of it at this time, okay, but it could, this guide could become more apparent to you. And this is because you are cultivating this stillness and tuning into yourself, tuning into your higher self, okay. And this is how, you know, we're going to connect with our higher selves, is being able to tune in. Okay, let's have a look at some other guidance here. Page of Cups, which is really nice, the Tower, and the Chariot. Yeah, so a couple of major arcana here. I think in this process of things dissolving, and this could be talking about things dissolving around you, Taurus, okay, the Tower, you know, old structures are kind of dissipating, and the new structures in terms of, you know, we're going to be moving forward as a result. Here's the Chariot, okay, but there's going to be something in between here, in between the, you know, the dissolution or the breakdown of something and the, okay, impetus to move forward, and that is this Page of Cups here. Okay, this is for you, Taurus. The guidance is to tune into your emotional body, keep recentering. I guess maybe look at the chakras. It's interesting that the Lyran guides are coming through for you because they're very holistic, mind, body, spirit. And you did have the Hanged Man at the start of your reading, which is also, it's about enlightenment, but it's kind of a holistic enlightenment. Okay, it's not just a cerebral thing that goes on up here. It's really cleansing your whole field, activating your energy body, you know, perhaps looking after yourself in terms of health and well-being, and also paying attention to your nervous system, because the nervous system is very much attached, of course, interlinked with emotions and feelings. So as things dissolve, be aware of how this is affecting you emotionally, and sort of do those things, and maybe call in your guides, or you know, during your prayers and meditations, asking the Pleiadians or your own higher self, of course, as well, as to what you can do to really, I guess, recalibrate that emotional body, move back into joy. Okay, remember you have the Ace of Cups here. I think the Pleiadians are really going to help us with this joy frequency. Joy, spiritual connection, okay, our soul connection with our own souls as well. And this is what's really going to enable you to move forward in a really new way here with the Chariot. Okay, Taurus. So, yeah, really nice. I really like this reading for you. It's awesome. Okay, let's grab a card from the Zen Tarot here as well. And then we'll look at the names of the decks. Okay, well, it's interesting. The first card that's flipped for the day. Wow. Woohoo, this is what you're doing. Tuning in or turning in. Okay, 4 of Cups. And it's fascinating to me that in this Zen Tarot deck, very different from Right Away, a lot of the cards, but it's just, it kind of really makes sense. This is about the emotions, but not so much that expressive side of it, but turning in, very much like the page here, looking at your emotions, and also doing the meditation, being really, I guess, coming back to equanimity or balance of emotion. So, you know, like we've said, this destruction or this stuff going on around you, that can throw us off, right? So it's about those practices and things that you are doing, Taurus, which I think you're already starting to do, that's really going to bring you back into center. And I really love this. This is kind of fantastic. She is definitely meditating. And look at all these, I just realized, look at all these faces around here, if you want to zoom in on that. This is like all of that confusion, anxiety, stress, you know, naysayers, haters, all the rest of it, all that negative, low vibe stuff going on around. And look at this. You know, this is, as beings, we're very powerful. We have the ability to do this, okay, to be really centered despite a lot of CRAP going on around us. It's a huge challenge though, okay? But Taurus, you're very grounded. You have this ability to ground, really be at one with Gaia to get your center back, I think. High Priestess, wow. Yes, another turning in energy, tuning in and turning in. Really nice. Paying attention to being very patient, which you are, Taurus, and also accessing your inner wisdom, okay, your inner knowing here. Beautiful, High Priestess. I really love that. What else have we got here? 6 of Wands or 6 of Rods in this deck. Success. Okay, this is kind of that energy, I think, that as you keep centering yourself despite what's going on around, as you move forward, people are going to see just how good you are at holding your center and moving forward. Okay, this is 6 of Wands, success. People seeing you as almost like this pillar of centeredness, pillar of calm, meditative energy. 7 of Wands, yes, this is that energy of when we're in this state, okay, or in order to carve the time out to sit there with intent, we need to be putting up those boundaries, okay? And I think this is part of what you're doing here as well, Taurus. You are putting up the boundaries so that you can, you know, contemplate mind, body, spirit, turning within, tuning in and turning in. because there are a lot of energies and a lot of other people quite possibly around us that are doing the opposite of that. And, you know, that's going to be a challenge. Wow, rebirth. Yeah. This is basically what's going on Earth at this time. There's a breaking down that's happening, okay, which has sort of been the culmination of a long process of we've had to go through all this and now it's sort of dissolving, but there's a rebirth. So it's literally, and this is the process you're going through at the moment, Taurus, you are rebirthing, okay? Many of us are rebirthing along with Gaia. So yeah, I really love that, and I'm going to look at the bottom of this deck as well, the Zen Tarot deck. Okay, now it is a Nine of Cups energy. It's called laziness in this deck, but it can also be this idea of contentment, of being able to just chill and have gratitude for what you do have. There is dark and light in this card. Okay, so it's that energy, Taurus, of being able to be chill, but doing that with intent and seeing that within the bigger picture. Okay, and it's not a lazy thing to actually turn in and tune in. Okay, that's not a term of laziness. The laziness, I think, is, you know, for extended periods, if we are, you know, basically giving up on life, we've given up on ourselves, and even though we feel like maybe we need to be doing something, and we're not doing anything. But, you know, maybe this is a concept that we're going to let go of. Maybe we're just going to give ourselves permission to be lazy, to do nothing for a bit, you know. Because I think one of the issues that we've had to deal with is that there's been a lot of do, and go in terms of survival, but also this monkey mind thing, which kind of has conditioned us to believe that we need to be on the go all the time. So this is like really saying that, you know, it's okay to just sit back and, you know, allow yourself the time that you need to recoup, to relax. This guy here is, you know, sitting back with a martini. And, you know, like we've said, it's all about intent. It's about frequency. You can be doing nothing in a very low vibe frequency, or you can be doing nothing and be in a high vibe frequency. So maybe that's something for you to think about, Taurus, as well, if you feel that's something you'd like to ponder. Yeah, because we are powerful beings, we're going through a huge process, and we need to be able to hold space for ourselves and allow ourselves the downtime when we need it. So there we go, Taurus. I hope that's been helpful. I think we might wrap it up there. Look forward to your next reading. This has been really positive and beautiful. You have some awesome guides here, you know, Pleiadians, Lyrans, and they're, you know, quite well. There will be others as well, other guides that you feel resonate with. So yeah, look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.